It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for The Last of Us on HBO. On this video, we're going to be taking a look at some brand new, awesome, behind the scenes photos and a short clip from filming that they were doing for The Last of Us in Calgary, Canada. For those of you that don't know, I live in Calgary and I've been able to visit set a few times in the past when they were doing some filming. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to visit set recently, so all of the stuff I'm going to take a look at today is going to be stuff that's posted by other fans. I'll leave a link to all of my sources down below so you can check it out, but I do have a lot of videos where I actually visited set myself, so if you're interested in any of those, you can find it on the channel. But these new pictures that we're going to look at are actually pretty awesome. There's definitely a atmosphere or a vibe going on in these photos. I'm going to explain what I mean by that, but this atmosphere is identical to the atmosphere from the game, which is awesome. But other than that, we do have sightings of the cast, Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie, so that's pretty cool. And also we have sightings of Craig Mazin and Ali Abbasi, who are the writers and the directors of some of the episodes for season 1 of The Last of Us. There's also a confirmation about the location of this part of the story in the TV adaptation, and that location is Utah. But stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's just get right into it. But like I said, all of the links to my sources is down below, so you can go check it out. Most of the stuff we're going to take a look at is actually just one part of a highway that they had blocked off and they had decorated and kind of built a set around. And most of these images are actually just images of post-apocalyptic vehicles. And what I mean by that is vehicles that they decorated to make it look like it's been sitting there for a long time without any maintenance or anything like that. Most of these cars have rust on them, some have vines growing around them and stuff like that. But we do see a lot of these cars here, so that's pretty awesome. This one I absolutely love, so we can see a huge truck there and we see vines and vegetation growing all around it. And this is actually what I was talking about when I said atmosphere, because this is identical to the atmosphere of parts of the game where vegetation is growing around the cars and stuff like that. So that is pretty awesome how accurate it is. We also see a little bit of that with the RV that's in the background, but other than that, not much more to say about these. I mean, these are pretty awesome because it captures the atmosphere of what parts of the game looked like. Now, obviously, we do know that they were building a huge set, which I think is actually around the area where they were filming for this particular scene, but that set that they had built is actually going to be used for the suburbs chapter of the video game. I did a video on that a few days ago, so if you're interested, go check it out. One other thing that is revealed here is that this is supposed to be Utah because the state trooper police car that was there had the Utah Highway Patrol sign on it. So this part of the TV adaptation is going to be taking place in Utah. Now, I don't necessarily know if that was the case in the game or not, but it doesn't really matter. But I think story-wise, this is supposed to be right after the escape from the city, which in the video game was Pittsburgh, but in the TV show, it's going to be Kansas City. So this picture is also pretty awesome. We have a van, and obviously there's grass and vegetation and vines growing around the car, and also there's a lot of that just on the road. So that's pretty cool. And then we have another angle of that Walmart semi-truck. There's also a red pickup truck there. And then we have another angle of the RV that we were talking about, and then another with the same type of decoration on it, and then another one here, and then we have another one here as well. Not too much to say about these. I mean, all of these are looking pretty similar, and it's just a block of road that they blocked off and they decorated a ton of cars to make them look apocalyptic, and they just placed it in the middle of the road. So there isn't much to say about this. But the people that were cited there are actually Pedro Pascal as Joel, who's right here, Bella Ramsey as Ellie, who's right here, and I think the director of some of the episodes, obviously the director of this episode, this is Abbasi. And then we have another one here. So we see Abbasi, Joel and Ellie, and obviously we have Craig Mazin right here. So that's pretty awesome. I think Craig Mazin is actually one of the writers, one of the main writers, and one of the directors. So he's pretty involved in the whole show. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, not much to say, other than the fact that, like I said, atmospherically, this looks identical or pretty close to most of the atmospheres that we've seen in the video game, as far as the vehicles and the vegetation growing around the vehicles and things like that. One other fun tidbit is that there were rumors that they're actually going to be filming at the zoo. I don't know if they're planning to do filming at the zoo here in Calgary or if they've done that already, but I'm assuming that whatever scene they're filming at the zoo may be related to this scene from the video game with the giraffe, which was definitely one of the most iconic scenes from the game. Obviously, we don't know at this point if the scenes they're going to shoot at the zoo is going to involve a giraffe or not. They might replace a giraffe with something else. And the reason I say that is because from what I know, they don't have a giraffe at the Calgary Zoo. But maybe they're just going to be doing some CGI work. But then again, why go at the zoo if you're doing that? You know what I mean? So maybe they're going to replace a giraffe with some other animal or something along those lines. But that's pretty much everything picture-wise. There is a short clip that I also want to talk about. So right here, we can see some sort of a scene happening, or they're prepping to do some sort of scene. We see Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie there. But other than that, this doesn't really give us any indication of what they're actually doing. Obviously, they're putting the clothes on so that they could start doing whatever scene that they're going to be filming. But that's pretty much it. I mean, that was everything that I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.